Welcome back to CreepCast. Today we are reading Take
your time. It's okay. Sound it out. One step. We went over this. It's okay. Ensorcelled.
Ensorcelled in the earth. Sorry. Sorry about that. I even said it out loud properly before this. I don't know why I had such a hard time. Ensorcelled in the earth.
As a result, I would stand by her side of the bed and hope that she wakes up on her own and asks me what's wrong so I don't have to feel like I'm bothering her. Sometimes I would stand there for what felt like hours, waiting for her to save me from my paralysis of that indecision. That immediately sounds like something you did as a kid.
I did do that, actually. I'm not even joking. I would get freaked out in my room. I would stand my mom, or I'd like go really close to her. I'd be like, Mom. And she'd like fucking like freak out, be like, "What?" Oh, because I'd be so close to her face. Or I would go into her room and I would sleep on the floor next to her bed. In the morning, she would like step on me, and I'd be like, "Oh!" And she'd be like, "Oh my god, I'm so like a thing." But the biggest thing was I'd be freaked out. I'd go and I'd whisper to my mom, but I didn't want to wake up my dad because I knew if my dad woke up, he'd be like, "What the hell?" Oh, dude, yeah, like raise hell for sure. But yeah, I did that all the fucking time when I was younger.
You got to strategize how you
really do. You have to strategize how you're like, I'm going to die of a heart attack. I'm so afraid of my room of whatever. You know, it could have been a dream or who knows what it is. But yeah, going into the room, really like slowly turning the door so there's no sound of that. My dad also had like this industrial fan that would be blaring in there. So it'd be like this huge like wind tunnel in the room. And yeah, I'd just be up to my mom. Mom. And yeah, she would freak the fuck out. I always felt terrible.
The funniest part is you curling up on the floor like a dog.
I did. I like a Shih Tzu or something like that. I literally curled up in a ball. And my mom would wake up in the morning, and you're small. You're just a kid. You don't think. And no one like looks at the floor before they get out of bed, whatever. So yeah, she would step on me. I'd be like, ah. Or my dad would get pissed because my dad would wake up really early for like construction work. And he'd be like, "What the hell are you doing here?" And I'm like,
"What do you think you're doing?
What the hell do you think you're doing, boy?"
That's probably why your grandfather tried to shoot you.
Yeah,
that's probably why your grandfather accidentally shot the dog because you two look so much alike. I bet that wouldn't surprise me at all if you were like, yeah, it turns out I was one of the kids. I wore like the ears and the tail, like I would bark at people at school.
I wish I had the courage. Like you. I wish I had an semblance of courage like that, dude. I'm not a coward.
Maybe your grandpa was trying to save us.
Maybe, dude. Maybe. Just go to God. I want to just go to God. I don't want to go. Come on.
Maybe if I can kill him before he becomes a sinner, I can save him. Exactly. I can save all of them.
I've given him 4 bars of chocolate, but he hasn't died yet. I'm like,
yeah, your grandpa kept leaving the door open and stuff like that, hoping you'd run away.
Yeah. Go on. Get. I should get lost in the woods. I really shouldn't have left.
I think about that a lot when I think about these horror stories with caves, and him talking about being digested reminded me of that. There's such a horror to it. It's so alien.
It really is. I mean, cave diving is considerable to me as like fucking diving deep into the ocean. It's just like the unknown of something. Yeah. Caves are so oddly intimate, almost like a home. You know what I mean? It's like you're kind of like breaking into a house almost.
Yeah. There's this feeling of like you're not supposed to be there.
Yeah.
But what do you think of people who water dive in caves? Have you seen that?
Oh my God. When they're moving the tanks along, isn't that insane? Pushing your oxygen tank through there. Thing ever. God, man. How the fuck do people get into those hobbies? It's crazy.
I like, have you seen all those memes on like TikTok and stuff where it's like a man with 4 children and a loving wife at home, and it's like he decided to go down the lava death tube.
Yeah.
After this, he had 2 paths: one that led to his backyard where his wife was waiting with dinner ready, the other that led to Satan's anus. He goes down Satan's anus. I probably shouldn't tell this story. I don't want to embarrass him. He had the right intentions, but my dad one time, we had growing up, we had a neighbor, they were a good friend of ours who had cancer. So my dad, God love him, was trying to like find all these remedies and like things to help her to make her feel better. But he was afraid of like giving her anything. So anything that he found online, he would try himself first before he recommended it to her, which is kind of like, if you're going to recommend something to a sick patient, get like making yourself try it first is kind of sweet.
Yeah.
And I don't know what rabbit hole he got into online, but he read a bunch of stuff about you need to oxygenate your blood. Like the more oxygen you put into your blood, the better. So he read something that said like, it's really good if you take hydrogen peroxide. Like if you take drops of it.
God.
So one day, I didn't know about this. One day, I'm like 8 maybe. I walk outside on the back porch and Dad's doing yard work. They're like, hey, Dad, can my friend come over? And he looks up at me. And there's just foam running down his face.
Oh my God. Did you think it was a fucking zombie or something? What the fuck? What did you think?
Like, Dad, are you okay? And he's like, yeah, I'm just, my mouth is kind of dry a little bit.
Could you give me a glass of Sprite?
Don't worry about it. And then at the same time, we had company over already, and one of Dad's friends walks out. He's like, "Oh my god!
Oh my god! Hey Jerry, beautiful day we're having." Just like tons of foam, just like gushing out of his mouth. So wait, does he still do that or no?
No. That was what I think. That was the day he tried it, and he didn't.
Gotta be, oh my god! How did you even swallow that shit?
He didn't try enough. I don't even think he swallowed it. I think he like dropped it on his tongue. Oh, and that's what caused his like mouth to that's what caused his mouth to foam up. And then
I feel like now when I see your dad, he's gonna have like a purple tongue, or his tongue's gonna be permanently green. He's like, about peroxide. Let me tell you something.
The funniest thing is Dad did this like years ago, and I'd kind of erased it from my memory. And then like a year ago, we were talking about it, and my mom brings it up, and I'm like laughing at him. And my mom's like, well, it's not like he, took anything he wasn't supposed to. It was like an herbal supplement. Like it was a label he found online. And then from the next room, my dad goes, pure pool grade hydrogen peroxide.
What a Chad. I love that.
He's like, no, I got it at Lowe's.
He's like, no, I didn't even go to a pharmacy. I got it at Lowe's or Home Depot. I love your mom being like, I mean, it was a kind of a weird mistake, but he's just like, I got the good shit.
I got it. I got the best stuff they ever seen. They give hydrogen peroxide to dogs in vet clinics to make them throw up.
Yeah, to induce vomiting. Yeah. I love your dad's just like 2 drops in your tongue and you'll see angels.
And then the funniest
he looks at the dog.
Was,
you're not getting none.
The funniest thing was he took 2 drops and he's like, time to go dig in the yard.
Yeah, exactly. All right, I better start digging those holes. Daddy, could you stop digging your holes? We have company. Forget about it. Leave me be. The idea of going out though and actually seeing your dad like foaming is such a haunting. Like that had to have had a lasting impact.
Probably, but my dad, like, it was not uncommon for me to be in the house and then I'd walk outside and Dad would be like hanging out of a tree and he's like, I'm putting a swing set up. Like,
I'm a monkey.
There was always some bit going on. I would come out some days and he would just have like weird animals that is like, the guy at the hardware store gave me this, and it's like a squirrel that's biting him or something and then runs off. Like,
his name's Chim Chim. He's a beautiful squirrel. He knows how to ride skateboards. Yeah, that would be your dad. Your dad sounds like he rules.
You would like him. He's absolutely chaotic all the time. Anyway, back to the story. I didn't mean to get sidetracked. My dad made it into teas and tinctures to treat the burgeoning tragedy building up inside him. He'd add water to it, saying,
"Dilution is the solution to my pollution."
That's 100% something Dad would say.
I was gonna say, like, I had to read that in your dad's voice. I was doing
That's so
eyes completely glazed over, like acid yellow, foaming from the mouth. Dilution is the solution to my pollution. Hey, Isaiah. You're just screaming, crying in a corner. You have like a little, you have like a Hawaiian shirt on too in the corner, curled up in a ball. Come on, let's play catch.
One of the funniest, a couple years ago, me and my dad were out skeet shooting, and I know we're getting sidetracked, but we were out skeet shooting, and we had one of those automatic throwers you hook up to a battery to launch the skeet out.
Yeah.
And it jammed up. So Dad goes over to mess with it and he frees it, but it flies out and like the metal end hits him in the forearm. And it dug a trench out of his skin.
Oh, sure.
And it was cut so bad that when you looked into it, like once it quit bleeding, you looked into it and it was darkness and you could see like his tendons and stuff down there. It was like an open gap in the skin. So the rest of the day, he's walking around holding his forearm in front of him, just looking straight into it. And like someone would say something, be like, yeah, well, sure, whatever. And he's just staring. And every now and then he would flex his hand. And we were driving. I was driving somewhere and I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, I can see stuff moving. And then he does that for a few minutes and then he puts his arm down and he looks at me and goes, Isaiah, I think I'm sick. It's like, well, quit doing that. What do you want? You have an open wound. Never went and got it taken care of. Nothing. Just let it scar over.
Of course not.
Yeah, of course.
Of course not.
Yeah. It's president drop hydrogen peroxide on it. It's going to oxygenate it, make it feel better.
I got to put it on my tongue. It'll heal my arm.
Exactly. Yeah. Make me stronger. Anyway.
Check out the other stories. And also, like I said, check out the It Breathes, It Bleeds, It Breeds. If you haven't listened to it yet, we read that one as well, and it was awesome. So we do have that episode up as well. And also, thank you to everyone who's listening on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all the places where you can listen to podcasts. We appreciate you. And until next time, everyone, stay creeped.
Stay creeped. Be sure to check out the author in the description. He deserves it. In which case, of course, you didn't like this story, which means you're dumb and don't click on his link. Instead, call the police. Bye.